So the rules are on screen. Pause if you need to. I did test this one, by the way. So, yeah, there's even a clause for if I'm on 7th Curse. And hopefully, you know, nothing else is weird. Usually when I test things, it's only one, as I get into Katak, Cult Character Exclusive, Mizuki. But sometimes I do it a few times. This one, I didn't have as much time to test. There were things going on recently that, thankfully I got this recording out. So, I'm gonna see if I can do the rest. Knowledge, Strength, Light, Second, Charisma. I guess? And then I can only have Rest, Prepare, and, Illegal Den on, so let's remove all of this. And see what happens to Mizuki here, because, I mean, I know I have a Legal Den, and I maybe might get fame, but without Neighbor, definitely no Kana. Yeah, anywho. I was gonna say something, it was not gonna apply, so, moving on. Do I dare use it again? Okay, well, now I'm gonna sell it. I don't believe in my RNG that much. And move on. Even though that was already pretty good, getting 2 spells there is pretty good. Listen, spells are still sitting nicely. Although arguably the library notes are RNG free, while as illegal den costs things. Anywho, Akamanto, Bulletin, Arms, Coma, and Festival. So, would be nice to get another insta-kill spell, but that's not what happened, so. And as always, the rule is just, for every mystery I can recruit an ally in, I recruit an ally, and we move on. Unfortunately, that means my Doom is going to shoot through the roof, but I still need a weapon, so. Admittedly, when I tested this out, I will say this much. I got Toshiaki, and man, this is not great. So, oh, this is really bad. Thankfully, it costs less Doom to come in here, but still, that doesn't excuse much. So, 2%, yeah, I actually need an army knife. And I can get a sneak peek of my next ally, but the important part is that I need to get a weapon at all. So, hopefully we get fame at some point, because I should have got... Yeah, so I can let Asato go. I need 2 allies to survive, but I can do that. Okay, so really needed Threat of Fate, by the way. And Die, I don't think counts a move. I never use Kin for Ritual, because it doesn't look good, but... Oh, Bulletin. Okay, so we shouldn't need to... If this is max threat level, okay, it's not. Mansion is, but we need to visit this forest first. And I'll see what I need to do. Hopefully I don't grab another spell, because I'm waiting for, I'm waiting to take reason damage before I forget a spell. I'm not on Spell Explosion, so that's why I'm like, I can't forget a spell. Oh wait, I can. Why not? I just have to hope luck rolls for the best here, even though really I shouldn't. I should be memorizing all of the, places in which I may want to take the guaranteed loss, like -1 reason, -1 stamina, but that's usually what it is. But here I'm going to take the Doom. And we'll hopefully not get absolutely obliterated by anything I run into. I still have yet to take reason damage, though, so that's what I mean by I should have just taken choices that remove my thing. I could have also casted Void there, but hopefully I remember... Doom? A lot of Doom for 2 allies. Not really, so we're just going to take the reason hit and finally forget a spell. Because if you get a spell while you're full of spells, you take damage. And let's find out how good or bad this is. Yes, it's not the best. I almost said 2 damage on Army Knife. Yeah, I think I have to take a 90-90 if I can even brace into a kick, but it could be a lot worse. Never mind, I'm just going to take a... well, 90-90 roll. Okay, good. And we'll move on. Yeah, 39, 40% Doom doesn't look nice. 42% doesn't look nice, but, you know what? We have, we have Akamanto, so, our Doom will be, yeah, our Doom will just be lowering by 10%. If it was the other one, I can't remember what the other one is called, then it would be Doom instead. I would be getting less Doom for my trouble, but thankfully that's not the case. So, moving on. That said, I might want to take, yeah, I might want to take Akamanto now. Even though I'm going to insta-kill him, actually I should have taken Arms then. I made a mistake. That was a mistake. If I'm going to insta-kill him, it doesn't matter how much HP he has. Fame, please! Thank you. That will really help. Also, I needed to grab an ally. But, you know what, it's not the worst thing in the world. It is getting quite bad, but we'll see when we get to Festival. Because, yeah, Festival has become more normal in terms of the Doom, just guaranteed Doom, if you decide to rest 2 or 3 times. If you rest 3 times, arguably it's even more, but, you know. I think that wasn't an absurd change to have done, or essentially a nerf. And with any injuries, I cannot get rid of them now, but, you know, which is bad because I'm using the army knife, so, unfortunately, Mizuki, okay, barely gets this. Do I want to take 3 stamina damage, though? No, not really. I can still guarantee this, so let's do it. Granted, this is with 2 allies, but you're likely to pick up another ally if you're a Mizuki main. I don't really see how you don't, but maybe you don't, because you have to wait for the schoolyard to you have to wait for your Doom to increase to do stuff. Anywho, I'm not gonna survive with this amount of stamina, unfortunately. So the only option I have is to rest for Doom. So yeah. We'll grab a mask here, and we will move on. Please heal stamina, because it hurts. So, and we have a bunch of reason to spend, so let's spend it. You know what? I should just equip this now before I forget. I've forgotten about this so many times. I'll take the moral victory, but really it's not a victory. But at the same time it is. Also, time skip just trying to nullify the effect of Akamanto's mask. So yeah, we're also really waiting for good luck on Doom, because Coma won't be it. It'll be reason damage, but it won't be it. So need to remember to try to find a thing though. Well, that's not great. So literally the only thing you're looking for is the rock ring. The only ring that I would argue would be worth wearing. You know, obviously build into other ones if you're using other types of weapons, but usually, unfortunately, for better or worse, one stat increase doesn't matter, because if you're looking for events, it's what would that be effectively? Because as I brace into things, that would be because the game rolls anything from 1 to 12 against you. And then your stat, you can essentially treat how I'm thinking of it is that every increase in stat is an increase towards against the game for you. So what would that be? So basically 100% divided by 12. Let's just say 10% or 9%. So each increase in stat gives you an extra 9% against checks in this game, which, you know, could be good if you double up. But usually people don't double up unless you're taking Quick Thinking, because, surprise, surprise, Quick Thinking has the extra benefit of being used in more than basically one event, which is more than enough. But, yeah, it's... Anything else, though, if you're trying to double up on stats, then it's 18%. But it's... Listen, I'm of the same notion where I can understand, as I roll an 11 on Charisma, so again, stats. But, I can agree with the opinion more strongly in that an increase of 10 to 20% is not the most noticeable. Now, of course, it's supposed to stack, and you get 5 levels. So if you specialize into a stat, that's great. But you know, and you can say, well, Jordan, aren't you specializing in strength most of the time? And the answer is yes. But the reason for that is because, well, strength is used for other things. If it needs to be used, it either needs to have a stronger effect, or it needs to be used for more than one thing. Whereas strength is used for brace, which is a pretty good action overall. Obviously, its value diminishes on easier difficulty where things are not doing as much damage, or if you're on a Kana plush toy run and or other damage mitigations, but you get the point. If you're looking for it in events, it's not great. Otherwise, the other branch is that you're using it to make your actions faster, but the multiplier there is only... the multiplier for actions is only usually 4, up to maybe 6. I think strong attack might be different. If it's not, again, it's not... Your actions are usually... Okay, let's just say Army Knife. Army Knife, 92 speed, and it's usually 4%, maybe... stat times 4. Sometimes it's stat times 3 for quote-unquote faster weapons, like the what's the dexterity version of the knife, but you get what I mean. So 5 times 4, 20. So my speed is 72. And yeah, if I get an extra point in perception, that's another 4 off. Which again, let's just be generous and say 4 to 68 is about, yeah, again, 8%. So you get an 8% increase in speed, which is more than usually most modern games, like 4%, 5%, and that's supposed to stack, kind of, but one, you're not going to build into perception because it's not used for much else, unless they're looking for events, but I already went over that, or 2, you're using it for combat where, again, it's an extra 4 off, which does help you break thresholds eventually, so that's the counter, that's Devil's Advocate, and I somewhat agree with, which is why I'm more neutral to how changes are, because if you just make the increases like 6 or 8, which might be reasonable, I'm more willing to just go with the flow. And then obviously there's a lighthouse where perception doesn't have a perception check, so just it's not that it's like because there's no check it's worse. Actually, that is the reason why. Because there's no check, it's worse. Did I get an ally from the thing? I should check. I'll do it in Coma. Although Ryoko is good here too. And I don't need the funds, so... yeah, we'll do this and move on. But on top of Fame. So this is obviously, this challenge is also very Mizuki-centric because Fame, literally just Fame, but... yeah. You know what? I'm gonna roll a 90% because it would help out. If not, eventually I'm gonna be hitting it enough times to it to matter. And yeah, I was just gonna expect to dodge it. I need to hit this one though, so I can desperate action my way out. And we will do that. So this should be 14, 17. I'm going completely insane. Why does that do 17? I think it's a mix of a bunch of damage. But anywho. I would like to be on Timeline A, but I'm not always going to be on Timeline A, so if I get to Timeline B, Coma might be a bit of a rush. On top of me just dying there, but I think the recent cost for Void would have killed me anyway, so... thankfully, we healed Reason here. The Funny Mask doing its work. More so than I would even argue the Kendo Mask and the other version that does Reason, but... listen, I'll take anything I can get, but listen, Funny Mask does do the thing. I said listen twice because, listen, for emphasis, as I almost died a Reason here. Or die, because maybe threat level? No, okay, good. And yeah, the rest of this will be Doom, but hopefully we're not in Timeline B. If we are... I'll pop into the legal den because that's part of the rules to check to see if I'm locked out. Because there's a bug where if you got too many allies, bad things happen to your game. So I don't think it was a crash, but it definitely slows down at minimum. But yeah. But I have to go in anyway, so... not helped by the fact that it took me a while to get a... I'll take Perception here because when this... if and when this Spider Bite becomes an infected wound, I will be losing Perception. So I would like to not do that. And we'll check the legal den. So yeah, so because that happened, I'll check it again because I'm pretty sure I missed one. And yeah, as you can see, it's blurred out because things. Letting go of Hermit would be nice. I think I have to. Do I have Fetid Fumes, by the way? I don't. So what we're going to do is rest twice and then let go of the Hermit so I can get an overall Doom decrease of 4. And then we have to visit the school here once, which is max threat level, but At this point, I have to hope to survive. I forgot my second encounter, by the way. There was a lot to think about. Not a lot to think about for people who are good at it, but... Anywho, I think I'm barely off. So, let me just do this really quickly. 62... 92... Is it 5? Oh no, it's fame. On top of fame. So that, yeah, it would probably... It's still probably 24... 92 minus 24... 68. I think it actually does the multiplier first before it does the other things, but that's a bit odd for me to do right now, so I'm just gonna do this. Do we get an occult diary from this, right? We should, which means I should be able to get out and lower my doom. I take -2 all for it, but I think it's needed here, so yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to be losing more reason at the end of Coma, but hopefully we don't die because of it. Otherwise, this reason healing is much appreciated. And hopefully I also don't have the 6th floor. That said, I'll see you in a moment. I was going to say something else, but I completely forgot. But in the meanwhile, so... I should be, if you asked me right now, I wouldn't remember how much the storage could hold. I should just go over it just so I can know. So yeah, I thought it was 11, but of course, there's no way for me to persuade you to believe that I knew that. So let's try to keep that in mind, and if nothing else, I'm pointing at the screen for some reason, as if I could point through you, you can remember that. That there's 11 spaces in storage as I get another bite. But yeah. And the reason that's relevant is because as I do challenges and whatnot, and things, well, actually it has no relation, but I have to do this, by the way. And let's go. Yeah, most of the time I don't remember things, so actually that was the connection. I don't remember things, and I should, like how much space is available in storage. But I don't, because most of the time my mind's on autopilot for most of these videos, which isn't a great thing. If I say I'm trying to learn the game, I should try to learn the game. But yeah, that's... but when I get to challenge, like real challenge, I know this is a challenge video, but... Nonetheless, there are no stakes. But if I say we're to do another Nuzlocke challenge in this update, or probably I'll wait for 92F, then, yeah, I will need to learn these things. So I'm just making sure how much I'm losing. So I'm losing 6 stamina. I should pass that. I don't have Takshi-san, so actually these can just go away. And I have a light source if I pull it out, so I should be fine here no matter what. I think I can even mash, and I'm not on Kutarufu, which is a mistake I've made before. So, yeah, let's get our flashlight out. And, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'll take these out just to take them out, but I should be okay. Also, notice how I'm never 8 Charisma. I could, it's definitely possible even on Harbinger, but, again, Charisma... whether you support or are against having charisma weapons, the fact that we don't have charisma weapons means I think this is an objective view. It makes charisma a worse stat because, again, that's less reasons to do things. Anywho, I did Akamanto second as a mistake because I remember the mistake. I should remember things to avoid mistakes, and I want to just say it was Akamanto. Nope. Anyway, I did survive. We'll get parting gift and just for no reason. And yeah, we'll just do this just so we don't die somehow. And yeah, that's the challenge. If you have any challenge ideas, throw them out. Otherwise, if you want to support me, subscribing would help out the most. But if you watch videos and do, support me like that, I much appreciate it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.